guys, I was just walking down the floor and we ran into our favorite two-hander. You've seen him before on our show, Mr. Jason Belmonte. Jason, thank you for joining me.
No worries, mate. How are you?
Pretty good. How's your year been for bowling so far?
Mate, it's been pretty good. Made the show at the TOC, led the Masters again, tried to win that a fourth time in a row, but got beaten by Wes Malott and Martin Larson, two amazing bowlers. So very happy with my performance there. And then, I bowled in Lubbock last week, made the cut there and had a chance to make the show there as well. So it's all coming together. It's just, bowling's one of those games where you hit the right pair at the right time, you can really make a run. You hit the wrong pair at the wrong time, can kind of hurt you. But I'm looking forward to bowling the rest of the year and, making a run at the other majors.
And how has the International Art of Bowling been going for you?
It's been really good, actually. I haven't worked so much for the IABM. I've taken a step back out of that role. My commitment with my family, with my career, and some other pieces I have going have limited my time there. But, it's still running. It's still going great. Deandra and Bill Spigner are just awesome people, awesome coaches. So if you're looking for a great coach or you want to go to a clinic, check out iabowling.com. They'll look after you for sure.
All right, now the golden question on everybody's mind is, with Storm bringing out all these new pieces, what is your favorite new piece?
Well, honestly, I have a couple because they're very, for me, situational-based pieces. I was a big fan of the lock. I loved it, especially early on in the fresh. It was a really great ball that would kind of calm the back end for me. But when I was going to a transition, it was forcing me to move a little too far left, and I'd have to go down too weak a ball. Now we have the snap lock, which kind of, for me, fits that gap really well. So I'll start off with the lock, smooth the back end a little bit, but then when I've got to make that move a little further left, I pull out the snap lock. It gives me a similar shape, just a little longer and just a little more continuation, which kind of is what you need when you move a little further left and the lanes are breaking down. So I've been a huge fan of the lock series, and now the snap lock it's a really good ball for that transitional thing. Later on in the block, I've loved the new match. I think the match solid and the match pearl, between them both, if I've got to loft the left gutter or stand way left, between those two I can get it done.
Now we recently reviewed the lock, and exactly what you said is what we saw. Scoops, our partner in crime who isn't here this weekend, loved the lock.
Scoops Porter.
Yeah.
Best name in bowling.
It is, isn't it?
The best name.
He loves that lock, and when it gets a little later on, he found it was reading too early. He got the new snap lock, and he's over the moon with it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I would say too. So, on tour, and I guess even in leagues, you need to have your equipment sorted so you know what your strategy is going to be. And that's why I love the combinations that Storm make. Like we see a hole somewhere in a situation, whether it be a tournament or a league, and you're like, we need to fill that hole with something. And that's exactly what the snap lock has done. Like Scoops has found out, the lock is great when the lanes are fresh, a lot of oil at the front of the lane. As soon as that starts to go away, the lock was just a little lazier down lane, but then the snap lock filled that gap, and then obviously later on we've got the match and the match pearl, so we just keep filling gaps. If you're not bowling well, you can't blame Storm's balls, because I'm telling you, it's you, not the equipment.
All right, guys, well, I'm going to see what everyone's talking about. I'm going to try out some of the new equipment, so we're going to go down lane side, and Jason, thank you very much, and you know what, we're going to see you win another tournament very soon.
Oh, I hope you're right. Cheers.
Thanks a lot, guys. guys, here we are on the trade show floor, and we found ourselves in the Storm and Roto booth with Mr. Chris Schlemmer. Schlem, I haven't seen you since Detroit a couple of years ago. How you been doing?
I'm good. I'm, enjoying Vegas, enjoying the heat. I think I've sweated out about, I think every ounce of water I could possibly drink. So, it's going good.
Now, you guys announced your new lineup yesterday, and we're here talking to you. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, so yesterday was kind of our big unveil. Normally we do it at Bowl-expo, but this year was the first time we were actually part of the industry showcase, which had been set up prior to with ABI, and then last year Brunswick joined them, and then this year Storm joined Brunswick and ABI. So with that, we actually unveiled the two new Roto Grip balls that are coming out August 2nd. We've got the No Rules HP4 line, and we also got the Wreck-It, which is the HP2 line. And some people are like, oh, I thought you guys normally do, and I've had people like, oh, those are cool, but I thought you normally do a whole bunch of balls. Well, we're breaking things up on the Roto Grip side a little bit now, just with the change in the kind of the industry and how things work. So actually a couple weeks ago, we actually launched the Hustles. Actually, those hit the market, the new HP1 balls. And so we actually broke up our launches because it gets one of those things that every so often having balls as opposed to doing things every 6 months. It worked for a while for us for a brand, but it also got to the point where some people kind of started to forget about Roto Grip a little bit. So I needed to kind of get back in the proverbial map kind of thing. So that's where we kind of broke up our releases. And so as good as the Haywire and Highwire have been, I didn't need HP3. And they go, oh yeah, good point. Those balls are pretty good. Like you don't need one right now. I'm like, okay. So that's why we came up with HP4 and HP2. And, really the Wreck-It, it's a new and improved version of the Wrecker, which has been around since 2012. Same core. We get a brand new cover stock on it, which is 2-part pearl, 1-part solid, which is a sight cover, which happens to be the same cover that's on one of the Hustles. But the difference on this new Wreck-It is actually it comes sanded. So it gives you a little bit more texture. Those people, they threw it yesterday and they compare it to like the Wrecker to the Wreck-It. Like, oh, this one's a little bit smoother off the spot, a little bit overall more aggressive, and that was the idea behind it. And then HB4, man, I knew it was time for a hook monster. So I went to the well with Hank and Victor and said, hey guys, I need something that's strong, and everybody always refers back to Hypercell, and that was from a few years ago. And the reason we discontinued it was the fact that, bowling balls only last a certain cycle, unless they're selling strong like a Wrecker. The Wrecker has been, like I said, been around for 4 years. And so anyway, went to the well, and we took that same cover formulation that what we used to have in the Microbite, made this new Micro DNA, which is a new formulation of that same material, which made it more aggressive. And then we put this new core, the Chaotic core, inside of it. And everybody threw it in a demo yesterday. They're like, holy cow, that ball hooks. And I go, well, that was the idea. So we've got a ball, comes out of the box at 2000 that works great on those heavier conditions, and even like Stu Williams and Wes Malott and even Carolyn, we actually shone them up a little bit, and when they re-ran them, they came off the spot even harder. They go, holy cow, like you sure this is asymmetrical? So we've built that next wow type ball, and so yeah, that's what we're trying to, it's one of those deals that we didn't want to make a ton of bowling balls, but we also wanted to make sure that the ones we did make had a purpose in mind, and they fit the line pretty well. So,
well, I think customers out there probably appreciate a lot, not just bringing out a ball for the sake of ball, getting something that's a tool in their bag.
Absolutely, and that's really the big thing that I try and focus on the Roto Grip side, because we are the smaller brand. The Storm side, I like to refer them, they're the big brother, or I like to refer to them as like a blanket because they like cover everything. Roto Grip's kind of got our niches, and we're trying to fit our little windows, and having the variety and building the reactions that even our pro staffers love. Doesn't matter if it's Storm or Roto Grip, because they need that different type of stuff on the tours, pro tour, like men's tour, ladies tour, senior tour. But being that variety and then being able to adjust it to fit, and that's really been the key. And so yeah, I mean, so far so good. The No Rules and social media kind of blew up yesterday on it. We've been trying to keep it a secret, but that didn't happen, and it kind of caught fire and kind of blew across everything, and yeah, it's been really good. So.
Well, that's awesome. Now, I'm going to be heading back to the World Series this December. Are we going to see you there?
Good question. People ask me that a lot. I don't know. I'm like I'm now part of the reserve team. Hank and I, because we both have past experience as a tour rep, when it comes to the, we've got our actual tour team now. We've got Del Ballard, Jim Callahan, Timmy Mack. We've got 3 full-time tour reps. If they get to the point where we're kind of scheduling wise, or all of a sudden if we need some more help, then maybe Hank or I will pop in. But can't guarantee it. But you never know when Shlum's just going to drop in and say, "Hey, what's up?" So
I can't imagine Reno being as fun without you. So I really hope you get to be there.
Yeah, Reno. Oh, gotta love Reno. But so I don't know. You never know. Like I said, that's coming up here it'll be here before we know it. That's, the crazy part is, we're less than 200 days till Christmas. That's a scary part in case you're keeping score at home. So, but you never know when I'll be popping in. So.
Well, you know what? You gave me a lot of help when I saw you in Detroit when I was getting ready for the Pro Tour, and I'm going back. So you know what? I want to thank you a lot.
Hey, no worries. That's what we're here. I mean, it's all we're in the business. We don't do this for our health. We do it because we love it. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to check out some more of the Storm and Roto booth, and we'll see you guys after this. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for another show. If you like what you saw this episode and want to find out more, don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Laneside Reviews, or click below.
You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click on the box. And if you missed our last video or just want to watch it again, you can click on the other box.
And don't forget you can pick up any of the jerseys you see in our videos by using this coupon code at logoinfusion.com. So until next time guys, we'll see you laneside. This program sponsored by Turbo, Driven to Bowl, for all the Quad 2 inserts and interchangeable thumbs we use in all of our videos. Dexter Bowling Shoes, the world's most advanced bowling shoe, the SST-8. Bowlerama Berry, for all the lanes we bowl on. For birthday parties and corporate events, call now. Still searching for that perfect fit? With no residue and easy removal, Real Bowler's Tape really is the Real Bowler's choice. Plantronics Rig, stereo headset and mixer. Play more, pause less. And Logo Infusion. Look the best, be the best, infuse your game. Logo Infusion.